Welcome to my World History Notes, where I read from the book I wrote to teach homeschoolers world history. A Bible believer looks at world history. You can find it on lulu.com, amazon.com, or at the Bible Baptist Bookstore, or just follow me here. Um, and I just want you to have your own conclusions about world history. I don't necessarily expect you to agree with me. You might even be offended by what I say. So that's all right, as long as you have studied it and have formed your own opinion. So now we're in 1851, starting then 1900. We're starting with the Crimean War. Now, Crimea has come into the news in the last 8, 10 years uh, when the U.S. and European Union backed coup in Ukraine overthrew the elected leader and put in a pro-Western leader in 2014, I think it was. Crimea did a plebiscite, did a referendum, and elected to join the Russian Federation. So this fulfilled a strategic goal of Russia they'd had for years, decades, hundreds of years, to have a warm water port. Um, Although the port itself is not necessarily a great place, it still gives them that foothold. In any event, Crimea is in the news. So let's talk about what happened back in the 1850s. A monk's squabble over jurisdiction within the holy places of Turkish ruled Jerusalem brought France, protector of the Catholics, and Russia, protector of the Orthodox clergy, into a diplomatic controversy with Turkey squeezed between. Tsar Nicholas I of Russia saw a chance to dominate Turkey and accomplish that age old Russian dream of securing an entrance to the Mediterranean through the Turkish Straits. The Russian army began occupation of Turkey's Romanian principalities in 1853. Britain and France excuse me, tried to check Russian moves by sending a joint fleet to encourage the Turks. Then, in October of that year, Turkey declared war on Russia. Led by Croatian born Michael Latus, the Turkish army crossed the Danube River and defeated the Russians in southern Romania at the Battle of Oltenitsa on November 4th, 1853. A Russian admiral, Paul S. Nakhimov, then destroyed a Turkish flotilla under Admiral Hussein at the naval battle of Sinope using new and improved naval guns that did enormous damage. France and Britain then allied themselves with Turkey and in 1854 declared war on Russia. Austria amassed an army of 50,000 and entered into an alliance with Prussia and, with Turkish permission, moved into Turkey's Danube principalities to oppose Russia. That country then rejected a peace proposal called the Vienna Four Points, in which the Allies demanded it keep its hands off of the Ottoman Empire. In order to break Russian power on the Black Sea, a joint Franco-British invasion of the Crimean Peninsula began in the fall of 1854. One of the most famous battles, excuse me, of this war was the Battle of Balaclava, during which the charge of the Light Brigade, made famous by Alfred Tennyson's poem, took place. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the Light Brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Russia fared the worst in this war, settled at the Congress of Paris in 1856. But no war is ever truly settled, only the groundwork laid for the next one, with both sides taking time to reload. This war did see the first use of ironclad warships in European warfare, the presence of journalists on the battlefield, which forced governments to look into treating troops better to avoid losing support back home, and a famous person who was a pioneer of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale. The Crimean War, characterized by the absolute incompetence of the military leadership who led the combatants, is considered by many to be the first truly modern war, with improved weaponry, journalists on the front, and improved medical care for soldiers, although reports say that Nightingale's hospital had the highest death rate of any, and that she did nothing to lower the death rate in the war, but merely served as an inspiration to the nursing profession. Next, we're going to talk about in 1859, I might note here now, Austria and France fought a war over the Piedmont area of Italy, home of the Waldensian Christians for so many centuries. So next, we're going to discuss the Civil War briefly in the United States, and then on from there. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you'll study and come to your own conclusions.